Hello there, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to more Chatting with Doug and Rob, where we ask them your burning questions that you've been sitting on for a week, or if you've just come to tell Doug why he's wrong about Tarzan.
Not Tarzan, Phil Collins.
You're right. You're
Don't give a shit about Tarzan.
So yeah, I see we're already on level 2 of a hype train. Thank you all so much. We super appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So why don't we jump into some of the rules so that we can get started on some of these questions? First and foremost, we give priority to bit messages since that is some real world money spent. Sometimes we do have time to answer highlighted questions at the end of stream. So please wait. If you are highlighting your message, wait until towards the end of the stream, because if you highlight it now, I can't scroll back up and look at it. I just can't do it. Please do not repeat yourself over and over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned. And honestly, if you're just going to repeat the same thing, I'm more likely to just ignore it because that's annoying. Also, please, no spoilers. I haven't gotten to see the last episode of Peacemaker yet, and I swear to God, chat, if you spoil that for me, I'm going to be so mad.
At some point, I thought you were going to say Boba Fett. I thought like that'd be what people are talking about. Like, Peacemaker, man! It's like, oh, okay.
No Boba Fett spoilers either. You know, even if you're Malcolm and you give away a big spoiler in the middle of stream on Tuesday.
Oops.
And then was insisting, Malcolm, we love Malcolm. He was insisting it was in a trailer, and I was like, it wasn't, Malcolm.
We've been tap dancing around that forever, too. And I'm like, oh, well, we can just say it now?
And then he just kept saying it over and over again, and I'm like, Malcolm, please. It's a big spoiler. It was not in a trailer. Malcolm, please stop. Anyway, that's a long story. Please watch out for the length of your question in the with the bit messages. The longer the messages, the more likely I am to just miss what the question is to begin with. So the shorter, the sweeter, the better. And I think that's it. That felt short, but I think that's it.
We're
great. Cool. Let's rock and roll. Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Rob. Have either of you seen the Coen brothers film Inside Llewyn Davis? Llewyn, maybe? If not, I highly recommend it. The music, atmosphere, and acting are all wonderful. If you have seen it, what are your thoughts?
No, and
I haven't seen it.
I totally forgot about that until you brought it up. Yeah, because that's an older one, isn't it? And I'll try to check that out at some point. I still gotta see Macbeth too.
Cool. Flutter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey guys, how are y'all doing tonight? And Doug, is it finally safe to talk about No Way Home? I think so.
I think so.
At this point, I think it is. You know, everyone has gotten a chance that it's not coming to Blu-ray for like another couple of months, so you know, it's safe.
Still, okay. It's safe to say like everybody's seen it, man.
Plus,
come on.
They're using some of the quote-unquote spoilers for marketing now anyway, so
yeah,
it's good. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. How far are you into Peacemaker, and what are your thoughts so far?
Just one episode.
I think I got to like the 4th episode, where this is no spoiler, where they're in the cave and you kind of see what the butterflies are and stuff. Okay. So I think that's like episode 4. And again, I feel bad. It's fine. Nothing's grabbing me that much, and I just found out the last season of Rick and Morty is on HBO Max, so I'm like, I'm getting through that first, man. I'm sorry, I love the shit out of that show.
I'm in the same boat. I watched the first episode. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, you know what? I think the eagle is the best character.
I would die for
the
Eagle.
The eagle kept making me laugh, whereas everything else, I was just like, yeah, you know, that's cute.
You watch the rest of it. I promise. Watch the rest of it, okay?
I'll get around to it.
It's really not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, no, I didn't hate it, but it was just more like, yeah, you know, it's all right.
Adam Grunther, I just read that. Holy cow, Heather. Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I know you said you thought Big Mouth was a very hit or miss show, but what are your thoughts on the Shame Wizard? He's easily one of my favorite characters in the series. I thought David Lewis did a terrific job of making him both funny and legit nasty.
Yeah, and he kind of looks like the bad guy from Arcane. A little bit, the one with like the scarred face. It even kind of sounds like him. I almost wonder if there's like a connection at all. Yeah, like all those analogies I thought were pretty clever. The depression kitty I thought was the most clever. Just the way she lays on top. You don't need to get up. Just feel how heavy I am and how comfortable is it. You don't need to do. I thought that was so clever.
Noff Noff, thank you for the 100 bits. Wasn't around to hear my question be answered because I've been pretty busy with my final college classes. Hooray. So I want to know from each of you, have you been watching Smiley Friends from Adult Swim? It's now on HBO Max and has such an amazing cast. In one episode, James Rolfe plays Satan himself.
Yeah, I saw a few episodes, and honestly, I just jumped ahead to that one because I did hear he was in one. So I'm like, oh, I want to see that episode, of course. And I didn't recognize him. I like that. I watched him, I'm like, well, where the hell was he? And I saw he was the devil. So yeah, it's funny. I like it.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello, you handsome collection of people. How are you? Also, thoughts on the new Lightyear and Jurassic World trailers?
They both look fine.
Yeah, I only saw the Lightyear one, and I'm just...
I'll say I
They're
like
fine.
that they start off on a different planet. They're marooned on a different planet. I like that. Isn't them just going from Earth to other planets? It's like, that's a good starting point. I like that. Like, that's different.
Tia Fernandez, thank you for the 4-month subscription. Welcome back. And they just say, hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing? Blake the Nothing, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, guys. Hope you're all having a good evening.
Back
Thank
at
you.
you.
Same.
These are easy.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm shocked you didn't Photoshop your head on Tarzan's body for the thumbnail. The restraint that must have taken.
Yeah, well, I was just going to take my shirt off, but we just look too similar, so I didn't want to confuse people.
That was more I was busy, so Doug did the thumbnail himself.
Yeah, no, and I had no idea. Usually I'll take like a picture for the thumbnail, just something, and I'm just like, I have no idea. It's just, give a look like that. I'm just looking. I'm like, I don't know, upside down because ape swinging on stuff. I don't know. That's all I could come up with. I really don't like it.
Sailor Aaron, thank you so much for that 13-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate it. 13 months and getting better after having COVID this week. Woohoo. Hope you all are feeling fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I
I
feel
hope
better.
you're feeling fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Glad to hear that you're feeling better for sure.
Yeah.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, why did you use to rip on Phil Collins' work on Tarzan and past Nostalgia Critic reviews, even though most people really seem to love his work on that movie? I also compare your mockery of Phil Collins' music work for Tarzan to your mockery of Pokemon.
Just because a lot of people like something doesn't automatically mean it's great.
Well, and I think you kind of answered your own question. Sometimes it's my inner troll. I'm not lying about what I thought about, the songs and Tarzan. I just went to more detail here. But sometimes it's just fun to see people get so upset about something that's usually not worth getting that upset about, and over the years, especially with NC, I've gotten a little bit more honest and not quite as angry and stuff. But yeah, there's always a little. I like to poke with the stick just to have people go, no. I can't help it. It's my inner troll. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite character from Seinfeld that's not part of the main cast?
I always liked Elaine's boss.
Yeah, a toss up between him and Putty.
Sorry, I was taking a sip. Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I just realized this year is the 10th anniversary of Telltale's The Walking Dead. It would be a giant missed opportunity if you didn't play it this year.
See what happens, man.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. In light of the new trailer, what was your favorite death scene from the Jurassic Park movies? For me, it's the assistant in Jurassic World. That scene, I mean, goddamn.
It's something about when the lawyer got axed in the first one, because
you're
kind of watching
kind of shocking.
Yeah,
the way it picked him up and swung him around. The assistant dress, that was just malicious. I was just kind of it was gruesome, but I'm just this is just mean.
I had to remind myself. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a little funny. Or I mean, I don't know. Are we including the death of the dinosaur they fight at the end of Jurassic World? I mean, I'd say that's my favorite. Or the T-Rex.
I think we're talking about humans.
Yeah, I figured.
Plus, with the lawyer going out on the crapper, what a way to go.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Rob. Who was your favorite Bojack Horseman character outside of the main 5?
Who did Keith Olbermann play, that humpback whale?
Oh, that was pretty funny.
Because that was just that was a strange spoof of just the shit he used to do, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty on point.
I mean, I forget her name, but the Lindsay Lohan type character, because I have known people
from the show.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't known anyone that's spoiler what happens to her, you know, but it's like I've known people that have been a part of that world and that environment and stuff like that. It's rough to watch. It's really rough to watch.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello to one and all. A big welcome to Heather Roos, the Vine Drinker. Hello to Rob Walker, the Dog Walker. And hello to Doug Walker, the Cat Sitter. May your weekends be great and glorious.
Back at you, the word sayer.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, Heather, and Rob. Good to see your beautiful faces again. Just wanted to say I'm so excited you're finally covering the Blue Sky movies this Disney-cember. I never understood why it took you so long. What's your beef with Blue Sky, Doug?
I can't. You know, it's so funny. I was thinking to myself, did I even announce that? Like, are you so aware what I'm doing? You got in my head. No, I'm sure I said somewhere.
Get out of my head.
Yeah, I'm sure I just don't remember. I don't know. They always they didn't seem horrible. They just seem like, well, here's a knockoff of what every other CG movie is doing. You know what I mean? But I haven't. I'm trying to think if I didn't seen one all the way through. So maybe I'm missing something. Maybe if I watch them all the way through, I'll be like, what was I talking about? These are great. So we'll see.
Bones Tones, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Channel Awesome crew, this is Bones Tones here, wondering how y'all are doing. Excited for the Better Call Saul final season?
Oh, is there a final season? God, I think I have like 2 seasons to catch up on, man. Yeah, again, I don't have cable. You know, I only stream, so I have to even figure out where to watch it. Yeah, because I saw, was it the first 3 or 4, something like that? So yeah, I got some catching up to do.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, now that you've seen the Captain Underpants movie, will you do a Nostalgia Critic review for it? I'd love to hear your deep thoughts about it.
I don't know how deep you can get about Captain Underpants, but it's kind of why it's fun.
And now,
you know,
an in-depth analysis of Captain
Underpants. Yeah, I mean, I really like it. It was a lot of fun, but it's like I don't know how much detail I can go into it. But that's kind of what's great. It's just, here's a goofy little movie. It's silly. It's for little kids, but adults can laugh at it too, and how crazy and imaginative it is. It's like, that's it. There you go. There's your review.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, when I was a kid, I remember the animators for Tarzan describing much detail they wanted for the trees and vines for Tarzan to swing on, and it shows. To this day, that always stuck with me whenever the movie comes up.
Yeah, well, and what I like is that, again, if you're gonna say, well, Tarzan's gonna skateboard through the trees, like, what? Oh my God. But when you kind of see how trees are shaped and how, like, someone, you know, could kind of slide down these things, it's like, all right. And again, in animation, you can do that. You can design the trees however you want. So it's like, I think it worked out really well.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. While Clayton's death did leave a big impact on me as a kid, I think what left a bigger impact on me was realizing Tarzan's parents' bodies just lying there on the ground. I don't know how, but somehow I missed them because I was more focused on the bloody paw prints.
It's the shadow over them. Especially if you saw it on VHS, because I did kind of remember that. I think maybe I rented it on VHS or something like that, and it was kind of hard to see. So, or maybe even the brightness on your TV. I don't know, but I kind of remember that too. It was a little difficult to make them out.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 50 bits. So with this year's Oscar nominations announced this week, which movies nominated for Best Picture this year have you seen, and what are your thoughts?
I have to look them up. Oh my God.
Dune was one.
Yeah, Dune I saw. I loved it.
Nightmare Alley was another.
Yeah, oh, I just saw that. That's my, oh my God. I hope that wins.
It just popped up on HBO Max, and I cannot wait to see it.
I know. I'm totally going to watch it.
It is hands down my favorite Guillermo del Toro movie. Like,
really? All right.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just, I don't know. That's just me or whatever. I didn't know
where Pan's Labyrinth guy.
Yeah, so. No, and I like that too. But I'm just like, I got to the end of this. I'm like, oh, this is I love this shit. I love it so much. It is so gothic and like so old school. But like, I love it. I absolutely loved it.
Good news for you, Doug. They're re-releasing it in theaters in black and white.
Oh my god, I want to see that. That would look gorgeous. It looked great in color. It'll look gorgeous in black and white. Oh my god, I'm gonna see that.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on the Will Ferrell comedy Step Brothers?
You know, and it's funny because I actually like a lot of Will Ferrell movies. They're hit and miss, I should say.
Didn't quite do it for me.
Yeah, and like I love Talladega Nights. I love Blades of Glory and stuff like that. Like you know, I like Elf fine, you know, and stuff. So you know, I like him when he's funny. And that one I was so excited to see, and I just didn't laugh that much. I don't know, the jokes just didn't hit with me. But I know a lot of people that love it, so I don't know. Maybe I gotta see it again.
Smash Ultra, thank you for the 50 bits. Multiple Disney stories about handsome heroes killing the villains. That sounds very similar to Final Fantasy, don't they? And Power Rangers too, now that I think about it.
I mean, again, it's a lot of crossover between Disney and anime, man. They're more similar than I think people give credit for.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, really great review of Tarzan yesterday. I thought you would review Lilo and Stitch since it's celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Will you do a review later this year?
I don't know. Like, I can talk about it. I don't know, like, if I can talk about it in great detail. Yeah, I'll have to see. You know, it's funny. I don't usually look at like, 20 years old or 10 years old or whatever. I just kind of talk about whatever I'm in the mood to talk about. Just one day I'm like, I want to talk about Tarzan, even though it's like, whatever, I think 2 years ago was its 20-year anniversary or something like that. But I'm like, it's just what I'm in the mood to talk about.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite moment in any Lord of the Rings film? Also, can we agree that Lord of the Rings is objectively the greatest film trilogy ever made?
Well, obviously.
They're pretty damn good.
My favorite moment is in Return of the King, and it's when Aragorn says, "My friends, you bow to no one," and the whole crowd just bows to the four hobbits. It's such a good scene. It should be in the book, and it's not. And I actually wish it was.
It's not really.
No,
that's interesting.
I swear it's not in the book. I don't remember it there, but it's like so good it feels like it should have been.
It's a toss-up between, I really like in Two Towers, the what's Liv Tyler's character? The elf, the daughter of Elrond or whatever. But Arwen, yeah, where they're pretty much playing out how the rest of her life is gonna go. I mean, there it's like, you know, well, this could be what happens, but I mean, if you know the book, that is what happens. I thought that was so beautifully shot and shown and really emotional. And then one's kind of I won't give it away, but when the ships show up in the battle at Return of the King in Minas Tirith, again, I won't, in case you haven't seen it, I won't say anything after that, but I was just like, yeah, when that happened.
You do ride a high throughout that whole
really
portion of Return of the King.
Smash Ultra, thank you for the 50 bits. My name is Tarzan. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Well, see, I could have done that. I like the Batman dialogue I put in there. It works just as well, but that will work too.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. I also appreciated the effort the animators of Tarzan have put into the movie. I vaguely recall them spending time at the zoo observing the gorillas and having a guy try to imitate them using his knuckles to get around. Not many animated films do that anymore.
Well, with CG, I don't know, because a lot of it's getting the textures down and stuff like that. So I would think they would, I mean, but they might have them already saved in the computer. A lot of these textures, you know, they can just hand them down and stuff. But yeah, no, for hand drawn, definitely, especially with Disney, they would bring in like actual lions for Lion King and stuff like that. Even if we're getting technical, I mean, the remake of Lion King, I mean, they did like film lions and try to recreate a lot of that, but almost to a damaging degree, in my opinion.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Honestly, I know it's your least favorite sketch, but I really did love your Melvin Brother the Joker character bit. It's like perfect anti-comedy. Be proud.
I'll take that.
That's a great way to describe it, anti-comedy.
Well, and it's so funny.
Melvin!
We said we're doing Dark Knight month in March, and I'm literally writing Dark Knight right now, so just hearing that, I'm like, whoa, that's a nostalgic throwback, because like that movie comes out and I did that terrible sketch. So yeah, man, that's a throwback.
Mr. This Charming Man, thank you for the 100 bits. Never knew that Nigel Hawthorne was in Tarzan. Have you seen him in Yes, Minister?
That, no, but I've seen a few other things. I legit didn't know that either. I'm looking up the cast. So it's like, oh, he played the father? I didn't know that. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Letter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. And we did say No Way Home spoilers are fair game now. So if you haven't seen the movie, sorry about that. A favorite moment in No Way Home for me is Garfield Spidey saving MJ from falling because of what it symbolizes. He lost Gwen similarly, sending him on a dark path that's so appropriate that he saves MJ because he knows that pain and refuses to see another person go down that same path. He even saves her differently, knowing he learned from the past, making for a truly emotional scene when he succeeds.
You know what's funny? When that scene started, I like rolled my eyes.
I'm like, oh
there's
god,
no way. I'm like, this is cheap.
And that turns into the best scene.
And then when he catches her and lands, I'm just like, oh my god, it worked. I was getting all misty-eyed. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, because Garfield stole that movie. My god.
Amazing. I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, there's so many people.
I've always said
Garfield.
I've always liked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the movies he's in suck, but I thought he was good.
And I also love, when he's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like she doesn't get the significance.
Yeah.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was your favorite character from Disenchantment, and why is it Elfo?
Elfo's actually more.
Oh no, Lucy.
Favorite, honestly.
Was it Lucy? Was that the little?
The devil?
Yeah.
Devil? Yeah,
Lucy's
that was
pretty
mine.
good.
Easily.
And I like the I really liked the King until this last season where they made him crazy. I didn't think that was too funny. But yeah, might be a toss up kind of between like the mother, the real mother, and the and Bean. She's really grown on me too.
I love Bean.
Yeah.
So Bean's fine.
Yeah, so it's a good show. It's getting better and better. I like that. I like as it goes on, it just keeps improving.
Smash Ultra, thank you for the 50 bits. I hate alcohol, but a classic comedy show about a drunk man from Father Ted is pretty funny. I can learn that a comedy about something I hate can actually be pretty funny.
I've seen a little bit of that show. It's pretty funny. I should look more into it because I think it's the same people who did Black Books. I could be wrong, but I thought it was the same people. It's a similar type of comedy.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Can we talk about how The Mitchells vs. the Machines was actually nominated for Best Animated Feature? I jumped for joy when I saw that. I know Encanto will probably get it, but I really hope Mitchells vs. the Machines win.
It might. There, and I'm not thinking because it's quote unquote the better film or anything. I'm thinking more kind of like the buzzwords and buzz elements that the Academy likes to vote for and stuff. I wouldn't be shocked if it does.
It's going to be Encanto.
My guess would be Encanto.
I'm not saying Encanto needs to be the one to win. I just think that's what the Academy is going to go for.
That'd be my guess, but I would not be totally surprised if Mitchell's did. But I agree. I think it's going to be Encanto.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Surely you at least know the legends of Vox Machina. What D&D character would you be and why?
I do, and don't call me Shirley. No, actually, I don't. No, but who is it? Is it Ayana, the one that's super into all that and Critical Role and stuff like that?
Vox Machina is actually really good. You guys might enjoy it.
The show, right?
Yeah, it's on Prime. The episodes are only like 25 minutes long. There's 6 episodes already out. You don't need to know anything about Critical Role to jump into the series. It's just a fun, like, D&D type adventure. There's, once again, violence, sex, very funny.
No, honestly, I want to wait and see.
Those are all things I love.
Yeah, I want to wait and see what people said first, because again, it's just like I have so many things to watch. So knowing that, it'll be like, all right, yeah, I'll probably check it out because it didn't look bad.
No, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 200 bits. Rob, how's Now and Then, Here and There going? You almost finished. Has the dub gotten a little better for you, or nah? I like the dub for only 2 roles, Nabuka and Sarah. Everyone else is meh.
No, I really, really hate the dub. I haven't seen any because I had something going on Monday, so I didn't have friends over to watch anime. But I'll see another episode this coming Monday, and I'll let you know.
Steelbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Donuts or muffins?
Oh, donuts.
Donuts, man. Oh, my God.
Why is this a choice?
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Rob, what did you think of the intro to Peacemaker?
I really enjoyed the intro. I thought was the best part of it, and Eagly is my favorite thing about the show so far. I'm one episode in, so I'm hoping that'll change. But yeah, I thought the intro was great.
It's hilarious. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, oh boy, what is the best and worst spells in the Harry Potter universe? Oh no, I don't even know.
How dare you?
I know.
I'm glad you're getting this question, not me. I don't even know any of them.
It's not really a spell, but I always had an issue with the what is it, Felix Felicis, the lucky potion. That was like a little weird for me, especially how they did it in the movies. I did not like that one. And I mean, who doesn't love a good death spell though? Some Avada Kedavra is a good spell. It's not used in a good way, but it's an interesting spell.
I just don't like how cute it sounds when you say it. Avada I'm just like, really? That's the one that'll kill you? Okay.
How dare, Heather? It's just who I am.
It's like the noisy cricket. It sounds cute, but then when you see it in action, it's like, shit.
KSJ, thank you for the 50 bits. If Morgan Freeman shows up to your studio and says, hey, I want to make an NC review with you, I will play any part for free. What kind of character would you make him play and why?
Oh, I just have him be the NC man and be like, oh my God, take my job. You just, I don't care what you say. You'll make it sound amazing.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kermit Wazowski has Avada Kedavra Barbara Streisand. Avada Kedavra Barbara Streisand. It's just, it really made me laugh. I'm sorry, it really got me.
Well, it sounds so close to Abacadabra.
Yeah.
That was part of the lore.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how many times have people accidentally said that and killed somebody?
But
That's what I'm.
It's not though. That's the thing. You wouldn't have magic, Rob, if you just said it. You wouldn't have magic. Doesn't even matter. God damn it, Rob.
Some dirty muggle. I forgot, you racist Potter freaks.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I'm pumped for Dark Knight month. As great as the trilogy is, there are a handful of things people overlook. I recommend watching Cinema Wins, not Sins, videos on the trilogy to take notes for your review.
Yeah, honestly, there's just so much in it already. Like even the Dark Knight one, like I'm getting near the end, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's already too long. But it's like, I love these movies. So I love the first two.
Yeah, the first two are really strong. The third one is
But yeah, and then I'm really looking forward to doing because the other two slots are gonna be Batman '89 and Mask of the Phantasm. Mask of the Phantasm might have a special guest, so hold out for that.
Ooh,
it's one we've had before, so not like too big a surprise, but still.
You didn't tell me that.
What I just found out today.
Is the special guest me?
You're never special.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you hear that Futurama is coming back? Again.
I did. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Waveflow says that you're special to him, Rob.
Thanks, Waveflow. That makes. Well, what was the Dana Bear line from Ghostbusters? Oh, that makes me feel so much better.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on the Lightyear and Jurassic World Dominion trailers? In my opinion, both look much better than the last trailer and movie, respectively.
What was the first one?
Oh, but Lightyear.
Lightyear. Lightyear. Both. I haven't seen the Jurassic Park one, but the Lightyear one, I'm just kind of like, it's all right.
They look fine, you know. But usually that's a good sign. If it's like, oh, that looks okay, it's like, then they surprise me. So I like that.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Have you checked out the finale of Book of Boba Fett? And if so, thoughts? No spoilers.
That was like the first time Boba Fett did something badass, and it only happened 7 episodes in. But I overall actually liked it. It was the first time I kind of like woke up.
Yeah, the only thing there's a character that gets axed off, and I'm just like, oh, like I really want more.
Oh, well,
I mean,
you know it's bullshit.
Okay.
You know it's bullshit.
No,
they're not gone.
No, I think we might be thinking of different characters, but I mean, there's a lot of them in like other shows and stuff like that. But I'm just like,
we're thinking of the same character. I don't believe for a second they're gone.
Okay, I don't know how they get around that, but okay.
Well, how'd they get around the other one?
I guess that's true with like Boba Fett and stuff. Yeah, it's a good point.
I'm sorry, but the Bacta tank is just the magic wizard did it. Like it's the Deus Ex Machina tank. That's like pretty much. That's why when they quote unquote killed this character off, I'm like, I don't believe it for a second.
Oh, you're right.
Because they're not going to take a character that awesome and just go out like that.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Man, that Nintendo Direct was something, wasn't it? I was hoping for a first look at the Mario movie. Oh well, guess I'll have to wait for the Super Bowl or Mario Day, aka March 10th. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was actually, there's a lot more stuff at the Nintendo Direct than I thought there was going to be. I am mostly excited for a new Mario Strikers game, because I was obsessed with Mario Strikers Charged on the Wii. So, God bless that. And also the new tracks for Mario Kart. Gonna be great. Very excited.
I was wondering why March 10th was Mario Day for a second, because I didn't know that. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome if they have the trailer.
I didn't know there was a Mario
teaser
Day,
or something. Yeah.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you guys seen the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man memes of him catching a falling character and continuously redeeming himself? It's so funny. There's one where he catches Mufasa, Mace Windu, and more.
Actually, that sounds awesome.
That's really funny.
That sounds amazing.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. I can't wait to play some Mario Kart tracks on March 18th. Also, I'm really excited for Mario Strikers Battle League. Same.
All right, I'm gonna sound like a dumbass. What is Mario Strikers?
Mario Strikers is like Mario Kart and soccer had a baby. So it's like a soccer game, but you get these special power-ups and...
So it's like Rocket League.
It's like Rocket League.
A little bit, yeah, kind of.
Okay, all right.
I was always playing my siblings in that game on the Wii, so it's super fun. Alan, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, since you're not a big fan of the Tarzan soundtrack, what is your favorite Disney soundtrack?
God, I mean, if we're going by soundtrack, if we're going by soundtrack, including the music, yeah, probably Hunchback. It's a good question though. I don't know. Because it's such a big library. I'd have to go.
The Beast is good. Aladdin's pretty solid.
Lion King, actually, even though there's only 2 songs I like, the actual music's phenomenal.
I mean, the live action ones. There's Mary Poppins, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. They all have those are all Sherman Brothers, so it's pretty. Solid
with also
scores.
Good scores. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steelbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Top 3 action films of all time.
All time? Sheesh.
I mean, that's rough, but I feel like a Cameron has to be on there. Like
yeah.
Aliens or Terminator 2. I feel like...
There you go, yeah, Terminator 2.
A Mad Max movie, if you want to say Fury Road, sure.
Last Crusade. And then, like... maybe Fury Road.
Yeah, a Spielberg or like a Die Hard or something.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. You know what could be a great idea? James Gunn, Phil Lord, and Christopher Miller working on a Duck Dodgers movie.
No, that's too much awesome. We gotta stop it.
I keep hearing there's a James Gunn Coyote movie about him suing the Acme Corporation. There's not enough in that I can be for that.
Yeah.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. I know you said you love Jackass, but which movie is your favorite? Not stunt, but which movie?
Probably 2 or 3. Is something about those middle ones I remember having like the most, because also like that's when they got the better cameras and stuff like that. Yeah, one of those.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, what is your opinion on Sing 2? Is it good, bad, somewhere in between? Also, who's your favorite character from Sing 2? Mine are the gorilla named Johnny and the wolf named Portia.
It's fine. Like, you know what it is?
Just making fun of... I saw somebody in chat just making fun of you for saying it's fine and everything.
Yeah. No, but it is. You know what? Because it looks really big and massive. So that's what kind of elevates it. Because aside from that, just be like, oh, it's every other anime movie. But because it just looks so large, you can tell they showed on IMAX. And it got enough laughs. I'm like, this is fine. I know. Probably the Wolf, the CEO's daughter, she was kind of funny. But yeah, I don't have too many strong memories of it.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't disagree with you about Phil Collins songs. I know they feel a little out of place, but I personally enjoy them, and I rock out pretty hard to Son of Man.
Son of Man's probably my favorite, and that is probably the only one where somebody else singing that. Like Tarzan can't sing that, the Gorillas can't sing that, so it's like, okay, it makes sense. Phil Collins sings that one. But I thought I heard somewhere like somebody was saying in the comments like they did a stage show, a Disney stage show, and the characters sing the songs. And I'm really curious how that goes. If like they really work better that way, because yeah, that's the biggest problem for me. I don't care what anyone says. I think those characters should sing. That's a lot of emotion going on, and they should really sing about what's going on.
I know what, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. You know what the funniest thing about the ending to The Graduate is? It wasn't written. Someone just forgot to say cut.
I heard that. I wouldn't mind looking into that, because I found out, this will be interesting for you to know too, Rob, in Dark Knight when the Joker's walking away from the hospital and we're like, and that was improvised. The explosions really did stop. No, that was planned.
It was planned? Okay.
And I was saying, because I was thinking to myself, well, wait, so
that's
the camera
like
crew had to back up with him?
Well, that's like what. No, I always thought it was odd, but like it's one of those things that everybody says on the internet so much that I guess people. I don't know. I just assumed, well, it must be true.
No, what they might be thinking is that they had a pause because they wanted an actor there, one of the actors, obviously Ledger, but they had a pause so that, okay, we can show the demolition on screen, but we can have him actually walk out too. So it's like we got little sparks going on and everything. And then there's that pause getting the actual demolition ready to go down. And that was the idea. Like, well, the detonator stops for a second. He's like, what the heck and stuff. So it was not only planned, it was super planned.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the idea of what I read was that there wasn't supposed to be the pause, and that's when he imposed, like hitting the button, and then. Yeah. But I mean, it obviously had to be super planned because the camera,
the camera moving and everything.
But that pause apparently is what I read in numerous places. Too, Everybody says, "Oh, that was improvised." I was like, "Really? Okay."
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug James E. Jones plays Vader in Rebels, and secondly, when it comes to the artistic style of the series, because its design is based on the concept art of Ralph McQuarrie, 2OT. Check out these concepts online. Got it memorized?
Oh, I've seen the McQuarrie concept art.
And now that you mentioned that, I can see that. And I didn't know that was James Earl Jones playing Darth Vader. That makes it so much more chilling. Oh my, because I'm like, man, this guy's doing a really good job. Like, he's really sounding like him. And knowing that's really him, like, just makes the scenes, like, where he sees Ahsoka and everything, just, like, all the more, like, oh my God, this just feels, like, more real, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, like, it's really Darth Vader. It's really, and they have, like, this connection. I don't know. Something about that elevates it even more. That's really him.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. Loved the new Jurassic World 3 trailer. One thing this movie is giving us, and it's right in the trailer, is all the legacy characters in the same scene together, unlike the Star Wars sequel series. Really excited to see where the story is going in this one.
I'm okay with that in the sequel series, because everything's kind of like, that's kind of the idea, like the happy ending didn't happen, so they should kind of be separated a little bit. But I'm with you. It is cool seeing them all together in one movie again. Because you're right, they haven't been since the first movie, right? So that is kind of cool.
Yeah, they were all in individual films, but not all together.
Yeah.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, I have a wild idea for a Freak Show movie review. The 1991 movie The Guyver. Remember, it was freaky when I was watching it as a kid.
I think I know what you're talking about. Let me look that up real fast. I might have done this already. I think I did this. I think this is the one. I could be wrong. I thought I reviewed this with Bennett. I could be wrong, but look that up because I might have already.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 50 bits. A spoiler for No Way Home, but the scene with Toby meeting Doc Ock choked me up. Thoughts on that scene?
Trying to remember now. So much happened in that movie.
Right. Yeah, I can't.
Oh, I think so. Did he say like smart but lazy or whatever? Like, or am I Mandela thinking that? I don't know.
I don't remember exactly what happened.
There was so much in that movie, but there wasn't with those guys like a scene I didn't like. So I'm sure I liked it.
Well, now that I'm playing the Spider-Man game, when you said like Spider-Man and Doc Ock meeting, I'm thinking of the game now. Yeah. I'm thinking like those characters. So yeah, I think I'd have to see it again.
Aussie Manny is reminding us of what it is. It's, how are you doing, my boy? Trying to do better. I do remember the trying to do better from
Gotcha.
McGuire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, I do remember that now. That was a good line.
Yeah. Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, it was fun trying to figure out what this week's review was after the clue you gave us last week. I had 3 guesses, and you picked my favorite. Thanks. Can you give us a clue for next week's NC?
You know, this wasn't intentional, but we have 3 Disney films in a row. This one, the next one is a live-action Disney film, and then after that, it's a live-action one from the mid-'80s, I think. So, yeah. Any clue would give it away. So, yeah, you'll just have to keep guessing.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Could I recommend a video game for you all? In July, they're remaking the Klonoa games for modern consoles. They're fun platformers, kind of like Kirby.
I'm
not aware of those.
Try to check it out.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello, you awesome people. I have 2 questions for you tonight, and I'll see the answers on the vlog later tonight for all... Oh, sorry. For the first question, I talked with Waveload to make sure it was okay, but do any of you follow a religion? Just curious.
That's so sweet. Like, you checked with that? Oh, my God.
I appreciate that you did check with the mods first. That is really polite.
I mean, we were raised Roman Catholic, but and to a certain degree, I always say the religion you're raised with never truly goes away, like a bad penny that always shows up. But not really. No label. I like Taoism, but I don't know if I'd call myself a Taoist.
I think because we were raised Roman Catholic too, and not like in a bad way. We liked it fine. You know, we have no really bad memories of it or anything. I don't have really a problem with religion. I actually think religions are very fascinating, and I like hearing the varieties. I like seeing what's different. I like seeing what's similar and stuff like that. So yeah, even though I'm not religious, I'm still fascinated by them.
Cool. Yeah, I'm still pretty Catholic, so I go to church every week and everything. I just like the community aspect of it too. I also really enjoy being that weird purple-haired youngster who shows up and is like, yeah! Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, will you review One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No. I don't know how many laughs I can get out of that. Yeah. I mean, I like it, but yeah, I just don't know what I could add to it that like a ton of our critics haven't said.
Reeves family, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, quick question. If you could bring back someone who played a Marvel character before the MCU to the MCU as the same character, like Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, Ben Affleck as Daredevil, Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, etc., who would you choose?
Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I've never seen somebody so made for a role, and he just got like those couple of side roles in the series, and I'm like, oh, I wanted more.
And what I love, because he was in comedy as well, you know, he can do the sophisticated, all that stuff, but then when he needs to roar and turn into like an animal and stuff, you could just tell he was having a ball with that. And it's just like, oh my God, I just love that he's having so much fun with this and doing it great.
If Kristen Ritter is not Jessica Jones, I'm gonna riot. Especially after Charlie Cox was in No Way Home. If Kristen Ritter is not Jessica Jones, I'm gonna riot.
Well,
it's the Netflix. So like that's why Charlie Cox was a huge deal that he was in No Way Home, because like
yeah, no, man, me too. I'm hoping that means they're gonna do other stuff with him. Yeah, because I'm with you. Daredevil and Jessica Jones. I'd love to see more of.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Bill Murray movie is worse, Garfield or Osmosis Jones?
Oh, Garfield.
Oh, Garfield. Yeah, Osmosis Jones.
There's parts of Osmosis Jones. Yeah, the animation's nice. The idea is kind of fun. Garfield's just bad the whole way through.
Like, it's a clever idea, and they do utilize it sometimes. It's more the live action stuff that gets in the way. But yeah, Garfield just doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Helton, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you guys seen Last Night in Soho? It's from the talented mind of Edgar Wright of Hot Fuzz fame. Please watch the trailer at least. The movie is so good. The music is incredible.
I do want to see it. I just got to get around to it.
Yeah, I heard it was just okay. But even his stuff being okay is still probably spectacular.
Better than most.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I should
when I read the reviews, and I'm just like, well, if this is critics just saying it's okay, it's an Edgar Wright movie, which means it's probably pretty good.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. I purchased Dune on Blu-ray after seeing how many nominations it got for the Oscars. I've been meaning to watch it, but haven't had the motivation. How do you find your motivation to watch something?
We
How do you
get
find
paid.
motivation to just sit there and stare at something? It's like, I mean,
We get ad revenue.
I mean, yeah, it helps that we get paid for it, and then on top of it, it's like it's kind of what we were doing already. It's kind of already.
I mean, I'd say if you don't want to watch a movie, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Like we have to, because we have decided this is our job. But you can do whatever you want.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, will you review Seven Samurai?
Like the Kurosawa movie.
That's a really good movie. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's again. I know we talk about good movies, but it's just like,
But there's a certain level of masterpiece.
Yeah,
Like, it's been so talked.
yeah, like everything that can be said about has been said. So yeah, probably not. It's a good movie though. It's very, very good.
Anu, thank you for the 80 bits. What's next on that mighty chopping board of yours? A nostalgic pearl or something we never thought you to look at?
If you mean what movie's coming up, it's another Disney flick. It's a live action one. I forget if it's late 90s or early 2000s. I think it's early 2000s. But yeah, there you go. A little bit more of a clue.
Yu-Gi-Oh fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi everyone, I'm sorry if you've already been asked this, but have you seen season 2 of the Animaniacs reboot? And if so, what are your thoughts and favorite moments?
Yeah,
I have not.
It's better than season 1. It does have the same problems as season 1, but they mix it up a little bit more, and the strengths are a lot stronger, and they're a lot more creative. And I laughed a lot harder at a lot of the jokes. The final line in the final episode is so funny. So yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I still have the same problems, but I think the strengths are very, very strong.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. Rob, have you seen your name in Disney movie credits lately? P.S. to Heather, West Side Story is finally coming to Disney Plus. I saw March 2nd, just letting you know. I tweeted about it. I was so excited. I'm like, I finally get to see West Side Story. Let's go.
I haven't looked for it. I don't think Doug and I have looked for our names in a long time. I mean, there was a Doug Walker and a Robert Walker.
Yeah, for like
in the end credits. I know Aladdin, I think, had it. Maybe Beauty and the Beast. But
yeah, a lot of the Disney
after a while, I got so used to it, I just haven't searched for it in years.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're still working. Our evil doppelgangers at Disney.
I was gonna say, Rob, you should probably.
Or actually, we're the evil doppelgangers. They're probably
honestly.
The good ones.
Rob, you should see West Side Story 2. If for anything else, just to see the dancing in it. It's so well done.
All right.
Good job, Rob. Thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Rob and Doug, have you seen the Lionsgate Pinocchio trailer making the rounds around the internet with Pauly Shore as the title character? Feels like a movie I cannot wait to see torn apart.
I heard something about that. I didn't know there was a trailer now. Oh, look at that. Okay. I will say, does not, just looking at it, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would be, but I'm sure that'll change it'll change once I hear him, talking.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Pirates of the Caribbean movie is the worst for you? For me, it's At World's End. It's long, depressing, and with how they literally go to the edge of the earth, you have to wonder if the writers believe in a flat earth.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's so ungodly long.
I think that's it. It's the length. Yeah. Because
that movie goes on forever.
The one after that's pretty forgettable.
That was pretty forgettable. And the one after that was
the one after that. But it's like, I remember more in World's End, but you're right. It is just so pointlessly long.
I remember we were watching it and we were getting drunk. And I remember turning to you and I said, because you had seen it before, Doug. And I said, okay, like, there can't be much more left, right? And
we're at the halfway point.
He's like, I think we're just coming up on the halfway point. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, if you had Bart Simpson and Eric Cartman as your students, how would you get them to behave and learn? I have actually never really watched Simpsons or South Park, but I have an idea of what type of students they are. And I actually tend to love those types of students because I'd be like, I see you, I respect you, you're very funny, but there's a time and a place, dude. And I like had basically little signals with them to be like, okay, you've taken it too far, let's get back to it. And they'd be like, okay, all right, I got you, Ms. Roos. Mr. Dink himself, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug and Rob, what's your favorite episode of the original Star Trek series?
The original series?
I mean, because I never got into... I'm not saying it's a bad show. I just never got into it. So I'll just say Tribbles.
I did, yeah. I like City on the Edge of Forever, Tribbles. The one, it was the guy who plays Sarek. Mark Leonard was his name, playing a Romulan, and it was just like a submarine battle. It was just Romulan cloak ship versus the Enterprise. That was good. Space Seed.
Oh, wait, real quick. The one where they're in the crime novel, and it's a world from this crime novel, and it just assumes everybody walks around with a machine gun, and just, especially now, I feel like there's some great commentary there. So I thought that was so clever.
The Naked Time was pretty funny. Yeah, there's a few.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 100 bits. So what are your thoughts on the Mrs. Doubtfire Broadway musical?
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. I can't say that I can't not see it working. You know what I mean?
It's by showing.
But nothing about me is excited. I'm not a huge Broadway guy anyway. But I could see it working. It's not something I'm like, that won't work. Like I can see possibilities with it.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Asking this for someone in the comments, would you do top 11 darkest Disney deaths?
I feel like that's been done.
Yeah.
It must have been. If not, I might. If somebody came up with a good idea before, like top 11 Stanley cameos, I'm like, oh my God, that's great. And I looked it up. There's already like 10 videos on it. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, this is pretty pointless now.
Really quick, Mr. Dank himself pointed out Balance of Terror was the submarine battle episode I was thinking of. It's really good if you like original series stuff.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 100 bits. What is your favorite John Singleton movie? Mine is Boys in the Hood.
I gotta look him up because I feel like I always forget a couple. And Boys in the Hood is great.
That's probably my favorite
films. I don't know if I've seen them all either. Poetic Justice is good. He did Abduction? What? Wait, did he do the Shaft remake? What? That's what's showing up here. Weird. Okay. Actually, he did a lot of these. Did he do Beverly Hills Cop 3? Did he really do these? Too Fast, Too Furious?
Wait, I do actually really enjoy it. It's a
wait. Okay, go ahead and go to the next. Like, I have to look on IMDb. I have to see if he actually did these shows because that is a weird lineup. If so.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, I have a fun fact you may not know. The movie Rush Hour was the catalyst for the creation of Rotten Tomatoes website. The founder is a huge Jackie Chan fan and was inspired to create the website after collecting all of Chan's action film reviews.
I think I did hear that.
Awesome.
He did Too Fast, Too Furious. Oh my God, I had no idea. He did a Billions episode. He did the first Billions episode. Oh my God, I had no idea he did so much. Out of them, I mean, Boys in the Hood, hands down. I mean that's a masterpiece.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I enjoyed your Tarzan review. I grew up really liking most of it. The only thing is I thought Tarzan's best friend was a guy. I mean, he looks male, sounds kind of male-ish, and even wrestles with him like brothers do.
I think it was kind of manish. And
no comment.
Yeah, you know the jokes we can make. We're not gonna.
Yeah.
General
suffered enough.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. For the second question, Doug, for the charity shoutouts, do they need to be an American-wide charity like Children's Miracle Network, or can it be a local charity like only in one state and country?
As long as you can prove like it has good ratings and stuff. I mean, I usually go by like Charity Navigator to make sure like it's a good one. Because in the early days, there were one or two where I was just like, oh shit, like I accidentally put a scam in there kind of thing. So that's now what I usually use. But if you want to recommend it, I mean, people that recommend them, like we do research, we look into them and stuff like that and see what people say. So yeah, if you have one to recommend, yeah, please do.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. Are you all excited to hear Futurama is coming back once again for another new season on Hulu next year? As of now, everyone is coming back except DiMaggio. I think he's just still negotiating, but if that falls through, will you still be excited if they have to recast the voice of Bender?
Yeah,
sure.
It's not. I'm not going to insult DiMaggio because I think it's a great voice actor, but it's the type of voice that, like, you're putting on an accent, a New York accent. It's the sort of one that I think you can, if something falls apart, replace a little easier. So,
you know what's strange? I can see Bender being replaced. I can't see Jake from Adventure Time being replaced, even though they're the exact same voice. Something about that doesn't work, but if you replace Bender, I could just go along with a sound alike with that, weirdly enough. I think it'd be good. It's always one of those shows, I don't love it, but it's always nice to have on. It's like when you hear it's just
because
like
it
it's
used
out
to
there
be on
existing.
like Comedy Central and Cartoon Network. It was always on TV. It's like
what it is?
Seinfeld.
It's like the first Rick and Morty. Like Rick and Morty I love, and I kind of love that Futurama just exists because that kind of gave birth to Rick and Morty, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just love it being around.
I kind of felt the same way about Scrubs. It was always on, and like it was just nice to have it on the background,
I'm no Superman.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Maybe Disney or other animation studios will hear you out when you said, "This is how you G 2022?"
Oh, I don't even think it's Disney now. I think it might just be, just not true. Because they put in like one or two things to get like a PG rating. But there are some where I'm just like I still have no idea what's in Inside Out that's worth a PG at all.
Ask the MPAA. Like, their rules are so stupid and arbitrary.
And Heather brought up a good point too. She said it could very well be just they're so paranoid and trying to cover all their bases. They can just well, there's the PG. There's the we tried to warn you, even though it's something they let kids watch just to avoid lawsuits.
There's always gonna be pearl clutching people going, "Won't someone think of the children?"
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 50 bits. I also find it funny how post-Renaissance Disney tried so hard to write songs for movies that would work on the radio without context, only for Let It Go and We Don't Talk About Bruno to straight up chart on Billboard years later.
Yeah, or even You Want to Build a Snowman. I mean, you have to know what's going on in order to follow that song, and that became a big hit.
It's funny because Let It Go, I could see without the context working a little better.
Yeah.
We Don't Talk About Bruno. I feel like you really need the context.
Yeah, you absolutely have to know what's going on in the story. Yeah, so and I love that. Again, I love when they're not trying to work with what's popular. They sort of make their own thing popular. They kind of bend the world around them, if that makes sense. I love it when that happens.
Chicago Shaggy, thank you for gifting that sub to Smash Ultra. We appreciate it. Thank you. Godzilla fan, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you consider reviewing RoboCop 84?
I love that movie so
I guess
much.
I didn't do that.
I'd review that for $1. No, we did the shitty.
We did the remake. I refer to the first one so much, I kind of forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't do that one. Maybe might be fun.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. It's time for another good idea, bad idea. Good idea, reviving Futurama on Hulu. Bad idea, reviving Futurama on Hulu without John DiMaggio as Bender. Seriously though, please let things work out for him to return.
I mean,
I'd like him to return. So.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know,
I love the boys.
I was gonna say it could be a scheduling conflict, but I don't know, for a show, especially a character he's done for so long. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, do you think filler episodes are the most pointless thing in storytelling?
Oh no,
no.
You need them.
You need them, but bad filler episodes really, really suck.
Yes, let me put it this way: a good filler episode should still be giving you something, whether it's a little bit of character. Something. Yeah, it should be revealing character. It should be revealing like a little bit of plot or something like that. But no, you need palate cleansers. You need to space things out and stuff like that.
Okay, episode 6 of Boba Fett, I'm just gonna say, was a filler episode. I did not like it because I did not get anything out of that I didn't already know. I don't feel revealed anything about the quote-unquote characters that were involved. I'm just like, we all knew this, but, fan service. So that, to me, is a filler episode, to me, not done right.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 95 bits. Is there any way to find a physical release of Freaked? That awesome movie you showed us recently? Also, complete opposite question, could you do an NC of some of the Barbie movies? I've heard some of them are actually hilarious and more well-written than you would think.
I did hear there's a Nutcracker with Tim Curry. That might be a good Christmas one. But for Freaked, I don't know. I can't, like... The one I got was ridiculously expensive. It is on YouTube. If you want to look it up, or at least it was last time. I looked it up, but yeah, without it costing an arm and a leg, I don't know. They should re-release it because it's or get more high quality versions because it's a really great film.
Slovenchan, thank you for the 100 bits. Love all your content, but here's a question for Rob. I have a few suggestions for fanscription. Avengers Endgame, but the other half survive while Iron Man and the others get snapped. Riddler as the big bad in Dark Knight Rises. And if Leia was the Jedi Master that disappeared in The Force Awakens, a sequel to your ROTJ video. Stay awesome.
Boy, I really like that one. And crap, what was the first one?
In Endgame, if the other half survived. So basically, who got snapped
I like
stayed.
that idea because that's like you're left with kind of the B team, and what do you do? Like, I like that the second one. I don't know if I would go. They're good suggestions. Like, yeah, I like those.
Flutter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Who do you think is the best live-action Cruella? Glenn Close, Victoria Smurfit from Once Upon a Time, or Emma Stone?
I didn't see Once Upon a Time, so I can't factor that in.
I did, and I don't remember, so I'm going to say that's probably...
Man, I don't know. They're both entertaining for very different reasons.
It's Glenn Close for me, no question.
I mean, I want to just go that route,
but go for broke. Like, I do give her that.
She really did.
But it's like the kitschness of the new one was kind of so fun too that it's really I don't think I can choose. I really can't.
And honestly, good for it for being nominated for best costume design for the Oscars.
God. Oh my
good
Jesus,
for Cruella, man.
I'm not even a fashion guy.
The one thing it deserves. Academy did right this time.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, this year's Star Wars Day, May the 4th, is a Wednesday. Could you do a nostalgia critic for something Star Wars related then? I have some ideas. Top 11 Star Wars films, old versus new Clone Wars, 2D versus 3D shows, or even Spaceballs.
Spaceballs would be kind of funny, because I can talk about it. At some point, I gotta do like a Disney December of the Ewok movies, because I get that was my intro to Star Wars was the Ewoks, the cartoon, and then the movie.
Caravan of Courage.
Yeah. So maybe it's not a bad idea.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Rob. Who would you say is the funniest Bojack Horseman character? For me, it might be Rutabaga Rabowitz. Ben Schwartz, the voice of Dewey Duck and Sonic, makes me laugh so hard. I always perk up when I hear his voice.
Well, yeah, now
for me, just Bojack, but I really like Princess Caroline.
Now whenever I hear Sonic after seeing the DuckTales show, all I hear is Dewey. I can't hear anything else. Right down to they're both blue. But in terms of funniest, I mean, my favorite's Mr. Peanut Butter for that reason. He's so funny, and he really reminds me a lot of me.
You are Mr. Peanut Butter.
No, and the one that does always get a laugh, even though it's just one joke, the two kids stacked on top of each other in the trench coat and fedora hat. That just always makes me laugh.
Man who does the business thing.
Yeah, that just always makes me laugh.
That's like how I snuck into R-rated movies as a child, I swear.
Sean J, thank you for the 100 bits. Let's say we cut out the adult humor from the Jim Carrey Grinch. No more Grinch face and cleavage. No more kissing Max in wrong places. Would that have made it a good movie for you?
No.
It's a very ugly, hideous looking film, even despite some of the bad jokes.
Well, and the story of the Grinch is so good, it does not need the modern day references. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't need to look that way. It doesn't need to be acted that way. I think the moral's kind of shaky even with it. So I will say that Ron Howard said once, he said, the original Grinch is so good, I didn't even attempt to recreate it. And it's like, okay, I get that. Why is it even called the Grinch then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I appreciate that he's like, no, I know this is a classic. I'm not gonna touch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, when does subverting your expectations in a movie/TV go wrong?
I mean, if you're a second part of a trilogy, I'll go that route a little bit. But I don't know. I think it's a case-by-case basis. By the way, I do like Last Jedi. Again, I don't
love
want to
Last
slam
Jedi.
it. But
I'll
the
die on
Luke
that hill.
storyline did not bother me at all. Everything else was kind of the problem for me.
No, but you know what I mean? Where it's like, if it was part 3, then I'd be like, that's fine. But because it's part 2, it's like, well, where do you go from here? So, and I felt like so much of the, playing around with that, it was part of the issue.
Oh, you could go with the original script before they trashed it and then give us Rise of Skywalker. Because, like, I've read the original script for the 3rd film, and it's not that bad.
But with that said, like, I think what he also did with Knives Out, I thought was so clever, especially for a mystery snob like me that always likes to say, oh, he did it, she did, and stuff. And this one, I'm asking, what is the mystery? And when you get to the end, it's like, oh, God damn it. Like, it got me good, and it worked on so many layers, and it was so clever. It's like, it was actually so good. I hate it. I hate how good it was. So I don't know. I think it's a case-by-case basis. I guess understanding your audience and what they're looking for as well.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 50 bits. If we compare Toby and Andrew to the 2 Peter Parkers in Spider-Verse, which one would you say be the Chris Pine Peter Parker, and which one is the Peter B. Parker?
I know. I'm thinking. I don't say know. In a weird way, I feel like Tobey Maguire's the Peter Parker B.
Yeah, I think Toby is Peter B. Parker. He's just getting to that age, and also the youth pastor comments. I'm like, yeah, no, that's about right.
Yeah, and like Tobey Maguire's real life personality probably is.
Okay, that won me over. And then Garfield.
Let's think. Okay. If you've seen Molly's Game, you know what we're talking about.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Does it surprise you all at all that the Suicide Squad got snubbed for Best Makeup and Best Visual Effects, while the godforsaken first film got nominated and won?
The Academy. What can you say?
Yeah, yes and no. I don't know. It is weird because it's
so here's the problem. You may have just solved it. The first film got the nomination and won. So you're looking at this now. Oh, we got a bunch of films we have nominated this year. Suicide Squad. Next one is like, oh, we already gave an award to that movie franchise just a few years ago. That might be what they're thinking.
Yeah, the Oscars are kind of like, I don't know, they're almost like anything. It's like when you want to praise something, be like, and it won an Oscar. Or if you want to say something's crap, yeah, they gave an Oscar to that. Lame, right? Like, it's kind of funny
it's
how
not about quality. It's just all about politics.
Nitropolis Games, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, would you ever play the Oni Plays fan game Disc 1 and 2 on stream? It got ton of Channel Awesome references and characters. It'd be cool to see you play it and react to it.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's really
I didn't
funny.
know such a thing existed.
No, neither did I.
Sounds like fun.
Maybe I'll look into that.
TCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. So, random Broadway thing that happened. The Beetlejuice musical announced its reopening cast on the opening night of Hugh Jackman's Music Man, which is the show that took over Beetlejuice's original theater and forced them to close. It's the perfect level of Broadway petty.
I never did see. I hear it's great, the Beetlejuice show. And
Yeah,
every
same.
time I see pictures, every time I see clips and little videos on it, I'm like, this looks spectacular. But I never have seen it. So Yeah, I guess I can't. I hate Music Man.
You do.
So it's so annoying. Honestly, and I love Hugh Jackman, but knowing he's in it, I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. I'm like, oh, he's very charming. He could probably bring the most charm to it, but I'm like, oh, this is the same like role that Matthew Broderick played on TV, and it's like that doesn't shock me either. So, yeah, if it's a choice between Music Man and Beetlejuice, I'm going with Beetlejuice.
Alan, thank you for the 100 bits. In No Way Home, one of my favorite shots is the scene after May dies. Peter is standing in the rain, and J. Jameson is on the big screen talking about how Spider-Man is a menace. I get really emotional in that part. What's one of your favorite shots or moments in that movie?
I like the one where his friends come up and hug him on the roof.
Yeah.
Because as somebody who's had like grief moments like that, like those are the things that you remember. And I just remember watching that going like, that's true. And then right after that, they bring the other two guys in. And that whole scene I thought was just perfectly executed.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to, again, so much happens in that movie. I mean, it might be the one that was brought up before, the Garfield catching MJ. That was pretty great.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. Since we didn't get a full review of Cobra Kai seasons 3 or 4, I'm curious to what were some of your favorite parts of the last season, season 4?
Kreese, I already liked him, but he was just getting better and better because I think Rob was saying he was kind of one note, and they try to give a backstory, and then he's just a bad guy. But then bringing
ridiculous Rambo backstory.
Yeah, but then bringing in Silver, then I'm just like, oh, now he's becoming like even cooler, and I like that they start off getting along, and then they kind of don't, and they kind of bring out the worst in each other to the point where they kind of backstab each other and everything. And I'm just like, and again, I hate to say, I've known people like that too. So I love a show that really like dives into this and be like, yeah, sometimes when you're too much alike and you're doing schemy stuff, you're gonna work against each other. So I love that.
There is an element of eating your own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Happens a lot with people who just see the world as some big battle to fight, and like that's totally what happened with those two villains.
Yeah, and I love it.
And it's an Ouroboros.
And it was a good descent because he one of them started his life over, and then just this guy comes like, no, I don't want anything to do with that again, and he slowly gets back into it, and it got pretty good. It's still corny, and there's a lot of shit I don't like in it, but I feel like season 4 kind of brought it back to being pretty clever again.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you guys think the actor for Jar Jar deserves another bite at the apple in one of these Star Wars series to redeem the character? We all know by now he was done dirty.
No, we're done with Jar Jar.
Even in Clone Wars, Jar Jar is annoying.
If you want to bring him, if you want to bring the voice that was it Ahmed Best, if you want to bring him back to voice something else, that's fine. But I'm done with that character.
I don't know. Bring him in as like this cool, badass on-screen character. You see him, you see what he looks like. He's a fucking Jedi. He's got like a brand new lightsaber.
I want
like a lightsaber nunchuck or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. Something really cool. So whenever someone sees him on the street, they're like, that cool-ass motherfucker. Oh my God. And they just lose their minds. It's like, that's what I would do.
That's how you do
I would just bury Jar Jar.
Sorry, give me 1 second. My, the list that I have has never done this before. It just closed out, and now it's not showing any of the past questions.
Oh, no.
Hold on, give me 1 second to get this figured out, because I'm sure I can. Hold on.
Let's see, man. Maybe I can go, to where we left off.
Probably not, because we're an hour behind.
Well, you never know. Let me see. It's still
all
good.
Right, I have another. I have another mini feed over here that I'm able to check out. Hold on, just give me a minute to scroll down to where we were.
Sorry, but yeah, we had some issues beforehand too, with stuff being changed around. So sorry about that.
Okay, we just talked about Cobra Kai, Jar
Yes.
Jar. All right, great. Here we are. Amazing.
Right. Nicely done.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. If one of the shitty villains from the Spider-Man movies had to appear in No Way Home, who would you take? Topher Grace as Venom or Dane DeHaan as Harry Osborn?
Oh, Dane DeHaan, because that guy's just bad shit and anything.
Yeah, he would have fun.
Chicago Shaggy, thank you for the 50 bits. No message, just the bits. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Have any of you seen the new trailer for Netflix? So many good movies, in my opinion. Slumberland with Jason Momoa as a fawn? Yes, please. And a season 2 to Enola Holmes? Can't wait.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Nothing jumped out at me, though, now that you mentioned that again. I was like, oh, yeah, that did look a little weird, the Jason Momoa one. But yeah, I mean, they usually put out pretty good stuff, or at the very least, interesting stuff. So, yeah, I'm always curious.
Pat and Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. How dare you, Doug? Rob is always special. And holy crap, a guest for the review I've been requesting for months. Can't wait.
Well, again, it's like, yeah, again, it's not, it is someone we've had before, so don't think, oh, we're going to get Kevin Conroy or something like that. So don't get too excited. But yeah, it is someone we've had before.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug drops an NC review. That was fine. Doug watches a great TV show. That was fine. Doug looks at himself in the mirror. That was fine.
No, that I call bullshit. I would never say I'm fine. I'd say I'm fine.
Oh no, Doug in bed.
That was fine. That's pretty good.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. As cool as it would be to see Will Smith win an Oscar, can we agree Andrew Garfield should win Best Actor? Also, just a cool piece of news for me, an old family friend of mine is going to make his Broadway debut in Funny Girl with Beanie Feldstein and Jane Lynch this year. That's so cool.
Oh, Jane Lynch, that's cool. That's really cool.
Oh gosh, I want to see that revival. I love Funny Girl.
And I haven't seen either of those movies, the Tick Tick Boom or King Richard. So yeah, I can't comment.
Tick Tick Boom is good, Doug. Watch
I know.
Tick, Tick,
I'll try to check it out.
Reeves family, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you think of the actor Alan Tudyk and the fact that Disney says he's their lucky charm?
Oh, I love Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk's amazing.
He made Doom Patrol. Like, he was a lucky charm in Doom Patrol as well.
Well, and I was saying too, like, it's so weird to think, like, yeah, he does all these great performances and voiceover, and then sometimes it'll be on camera, and then it'll be something like the goddamn chicken in Moana. It's just like, what? Yeah. Like, so I just love how someone can be that strangely versatile and not always need, like, you know, the big starring roles or anything. It's like, yeah, I'll just be a goddamn chicken over here. I don't care.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 100 bits. I bet your parents sometimes regret letting you two watch the Burton movies.
My mom did. Oh my god.
My mom did. My dad could care less.
Yeah, I was immediately drawn. I mean, everything Tim Burton. Even Pee-wee, I was obsessed with Pee-wee, so I saw the movie, and then Beetlejuice, I was obsessed with that. Batman, became obsessed with that. Edward Scissorhands, and all of them my mom didn't want me to see because she thought they were too dark. And yet they were PG or PG-13. And again, to her credit, that was back when they really did mean something.
That's what happens when you take Jesus out of your room.
Yeah.
She probably, I swear she said something like that at some point.
Yeah.
You need more church.
The Replication, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, if some passionate director made a Doom movie, how would you guys prefer it to be? Something like Hardcore Henry or completely CG?
Like DOOM? Is that?
Yes,
yeah.
Doom. Like the video game Doom. Like
I want a Sam Raimi style Evil Dead kind of. You know what they did with the recent Evil Dead series? Like something like that. I want gore. I want images of hell. I want what Event Horizon should have been, because that was just Doom in space.
Oh, yeah. I did not want that until you said it, Rob.
Yeah. Now it's like
you're welcome.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Will you review Uncharted next week?
Yeah, I got an early screening to it, actually.
You did?
Yeah, I feel bad because I've never played the games, so I'm just going to go into this.
I know, I'm like
I
so curious what this movie's going to be like because I have played the game.
Yeah, I could just be like, oh, that was fine.
I'm going to the first showing.
Like, oh my God, this is the worst, blah, 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 whatever, it's nothing like the game, and I would just have no clue. So for what it's worth, yeah, I'll see how it turns out.
I've already got tickets with a good friend for 11:30 Friday morning because we're so excited to see Uncharted. Zool and 360, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, of these two Blue Sky reviews you gave positive reviews, which do you like or love more? The Peanuts movie or Spies in Disguise?
Oh, Spies in Disguise, which is fine because I do love Peanuts, but I feel like they didn't quite get, the nature of it down. Like, it was a decent attempt, but there's too much modern stuff in there. Where Spies in Disguise, I just thought it was going to be pure shit. And it was surprisingly really smart and really charming.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 100 bits. What if you fixed Double Dragon as you and Walter did the Haunted Mansion, Ghostbusters 2, and Return of the Jedi?
Be kind of interesting. Yeah. I mean, do you know much about the story? Is there much of a story to Double Dragon? I don't think
that's my one problem with Double Dragon. I was like, I don't think there is much of a story. It's just they took my girlfriend and then just so like,
which is like half video games back then.
I know, it's like I don't know quite what I would do with Double Dragon. That's the issue.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 200 bits. Just wondering if you'd look into Hell of a Boss, a spinoff of Has Been Hotel, for either Dark Toons or Nostalgiaween. It's one episode away from finishing its first season and gearing up for season 2, starring Brandon Rogers and Richard Horvitz, Invader Zim. It's a real achievement in YouTube animation.
I have seen a little bit, and you're right. It's really, really good. I just haven't had time to see. I think I saw the first 2 episodes, I think, and it was really, really good. And you're right, the animation, spectacular. I mean, just mind-blowingly good. So yeah, at some point I should sit down and watch more of them. I don't know what I would do. Maybe I'd do like a vlog review or something like that. Because honestly, the animation's so good, I feel like I couldn't even I'd have to freeze like every frame. I feel like I could talk about something like there's almost too much. But yeah, maybe like if I ever do, I'll do like a vlog on it and say what I thought of the first season.
Zool and 360, thank you for the 50 bits. I know this was a real FX film released by Fox before Disney, but will you be reviewing The Book of Life for Disney-cember? And if not, maybe for Nostalgiaween?
Is that the animated one, right? Is that
Book of Life.
Book of Life? Yeah, that one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I remember liking it okay. I do remember Coco reminded me a lot of it. But again, could just be similar, kind of holidays and stuff like that and styles. Yeah, I don't know. I might go back and watch that again because I do remember it being kind of interesting. I mean, it definitely had flaws, but it was kind of interesting.
Along Came Sonic, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, what are your thoughts on Rick and Morty seasons 1 through 5? I just finished watching the series for the first time and I'm pretty satisfied.
Oh, I mean, Rick and Morty. I think that's the best comedic writing right now. Anytime a new season comes out, I'll just watch it. I'm just so blown away how good the writing is. Even if an episode's just okay or like has something that's a little off about or something like that, it's still like, oh my God, there's so many great lines and moments and ideas and such. So yeah, I'll wait for it to finish, but if it keeps that streak going and ends on, a decent enough note, I mean, that'll be one of my favorite shows.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for gifting that sub to Heavy Sauce. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sauce.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. One thing that I have a question about is when people say that 2021 was Lin-Manuel Miranda's year, they always mention Tick Tick Boom, Encanto, and In the Heights. Why does no one mention Vivo? It was a great movie. I keep forgetting it exists, honestly.
So did I.
That's the answer.
I got it. It's like, even when he said the title, I'm like, I recognize that title. I know it has something to do with him, but I do not. Oh, that's right. This animated one. Okay. Yeah, I never did see it. And it looked cute. I completely forgot about it.
And I heard great things about it, but yeah, I keep forgetting it exists.
I'll try to check it out.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you ever find it distracting that Thomas Hayden Church and Rhys Ifans didn't actually physically appear in No Way Home?
Okay, how do I put it? When they appeared at the end, that made me feel a little better because I'm like, okay, this could have been a scheduling conflict. There could have been. I mean, it's amazing they have this many people here, honestly. So while it is a little distracting when they showed up there, it was nice knowing, okay, they didn't just show, wasn't like, oh, I'll give my voice, but that's it, or something like that. You know, they really did want to be there, but something else got in the way, so that was the compromise. So if they never showed up, I'd be like, so did they have like another person that sounded like them? Was that it or whatever? So I get it. It was a little distracting, but I get it. I thought that was the best workaround they could probably come up with.
Zulin360, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you checked out either Centaur World or Maya and the Three on Netflix? Both are short and have pretty much finished their runs, but both are absolutely amazing shows with great animation and writing.
I didn't see the Maya one, but I started Centaur World, and it's good. It was just getting a little on my nerves because I love how it opened. And then when I saw what they were doing in the world we were going to be in, I'm like, okay, I'm sure this is great for like people that really like this kind of stuff, you know, and like kids and stuff like that. But it's just getting on my nerves. But it was done well. It's just not my kind of comedy and characters and stuff. But I was only like maybe 2 episodes in, and again, I should probably give it a chance, especially because it started out so strong. So that's another one I should probably get all the way through.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Can we talk about how Dos Ogritos was nominated for Best Original Song and not We Don't Talk About Bruno? The song everybody has heard and everybody singing did not get nominated? This is a crime, I tell you.
That's because I think the nominations happened before the song became popular.
Yeah.
I think that's what, like, they submitted the nominations thinking, well, this is going to be our main song. Then We Don't Talk About Bruno becomes super popular after those nominations are submitted. It's like, well, shit.
Well, and I think it shows, you know, they don't really pay that close attention. Because I'm assuming that was also in the end credits. I'm just taking a guess that because when I heard it, I'm like, what the hell? I don't even remember that song in the movie.
Yeah.
And then I heard like a little bit of it, and I'm like, that sounds like something they probably played in the end credits. Like maybe it's in the movie too, but I'm like, okay, they're just going for what they heard was the emotional, nice one, and they're like, that one, you know, kind of thing.
I thought that they were gonna do "Waiting for a Miracle" because that's like Mirabelle's big song.
Yeah.
I am ready, you know, waiting for a miracle. I thought they were gonna do, but like, that one really threw me off. That's the one they nominated.
The problem with that whole movie, it's not a problem, but it's just like, there's just a lot of good songs and none of them super sticks out to me as like, well, this is the marquee song, like Beauty and the Beast, A Whole New World. So
see, it does to me. I mean, as soon as I was done, I'm like, Bruno is like still in my head. Oh my God, I can't get this out. And then when I saw it again, the other songs.
See, it surprised me that that's like so many people were that Bruno is it. So it was in my head for just depends.
Weeks. And then when I went back,
I mean, they're all good songs.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, which one do you submit when you don't know, when it hasn't come out yet and become a part of pop culture?
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. I have an idea for who could play the Fantastic Four if Krasinski and Blunt aren't cast. My guesses would be Tom Cruise for Mr. Fantastic, Anne Hathaway for Invisible Woman, Zac Efron as the Human Torch, and Dean Norris as the Thing.
Sure.
I like Zac Efron. That could work.
Yeah, Zac Efron's the only one I'm like, okay. The others I'm just like,
I will say they're
not my thing.
They're odd, but in a strange way, that's almost why I could see them working, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not my Fantastic.
Yeah. That's the thing, too. I never know that much about Fantastic Four, so maybe I'm not the best judge anyway.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, remember when you did an NC for The Stand? Even though it was a 6-hour-long miniseries, you managed to squeeze as much as you can into an awesome review. Could you do the same for Loki Season 1? I'm still waiting to hear your personal thoughts.
Didn't Disney December that?
No, because I try to wait for the show to be over, and they're doing a Season 2.
They are.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it. I thought it was very clever. I thought it was wonderfully weird. I thought that was a good lead. I thought it kept my attention the whole way through. It had a very satisfactory ending and to be continued and stuff. So yeah, that I have to look at the Marvel shows again, but that might be my favorite one that's come out so far.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm going to see Death on the Nile movie tomorrow, and I like good murder mystery movie. Are there any mystery movies you have an interest in reviewing?
I mean, that, honestly, I'm not going to have time, sadly. I'll probably do it for Disney December. What was again one that I would like to review?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Murder mystery.
Yeah, I guess I talked about a little bit on the movie Say by the End.
Radioland Murders for some crazy Lucasness.
I don't know if it counts, but the show, the woman in the house, in the window across the house, and the girl, and the blah, 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 whatever. It's good, but it should have been a movie. They make it a show, and I don't know why, but they still try to play it as like it's still a legit mystery. And even though I got who it was, I was kind of looking forward to the reveal. But it'd be interesting to talk about because, like I said, it's an interesting case of having some really good subtle jokes going on, but then trying to be like a legit like version of these, like one of these kind of woman sees something murder mysteries. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. If it was just a movie, it'd be brilliant. But because it's a show and they drag it out, it does get lost sometimes. But yeah, I'm still glad I saw it.
We might have to pick things up because we're still 40 minutes behind.
Gotcha.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. I recommend this before, but was wondering if you guys have had time yet to check out the rotoscoped animated Spine of the Night movie. And what were your thoughts? It's on Shudder and Blu-ray now.
I saw the trailer. It looks cool. I
really want to see it. Maybe I'll just put the money for the Blu-ray.
M. Tapid, thank you for the 50 bits. Question for all three, but probably Heather may have more opinions on this. What did you think of yesterday's Nintendo Direct? Like I said, it was a lot more than I thought it was going to be, which was great. I'm really looking forward to the new Mario Strikers, the new courses in Mario Kart, the new Kirby game, Earthbound being available on the NES and SNES emulators that they have on the Switch is really cool. So, yeah, it was a lot better than I thought it would be. Along came Sonic, thank you for the 100 bits. Here's a headcanon I have about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. When Miles is falling off that building after trying to jump across, his scream sounds exactly like Tobey's scream from his movie. And during the Leap of Faith scene when he screams, "Woohoo!" it also sounds like Tobey.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, especially, who knows? Maybe that actor grew up with the Spider-Man movies, too. I mean, who knows?
That's
Maybe
true.
he's trying to emulate it.
Movie Gamer Fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, I hope you will be in the Smiling Friends show because you're like an internet pioneer like James, and how you make me laugh in your Nostalgia Critic videos, but it doesn't mean I don't like AVGN. I like both your channels equally.
Oh, shucks. It's very kind of you. Yeah, haven't heard any phone calls yet.
Hewlett Fan, thank you for the 90 bits. Heather, I didn't know you were a teacher. I gotta ask, how do you deal with such a tough job considering some kids can be the biggest shits in the world? Also, Doug, gotta ask, what is the worst Star Wars film? It has to be Rise of Skywalker.
I mean, Attack of the Clones
Attack of the
is really bad,
Clones.
but
I'll go with that. I'll give that to Heather.
I'll probably say actually Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. And you can deal with tough kids because you love the job. I was a teacher for 10 years before I started doing this full time, and like, I just loved my middle schoolers. Never thought I would be into middle schoolers, but my first job right out of college was 8th graders, and they are the best, worst humans in the world. Disney thank you for the 200 bits. Loved the last two Disney Decembers. Any plans to review some of the old 60s through 80s Disney live action movies? Blackbeard's Ghost, Condor Man, Swiss Family Robinson, etc.
I always have,
Man.
I always have the Cat from Outer Space on the list as a backup, and like something else always pops up. So I mean, Freaky Friday not Freaky Friday. Midnight Madness kind of counts.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which movie do you prefer, Tootsie or Mrs. Doubtfire?
Honestly,
okay,
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Tootsie's the better movie, but Mrs. Doubtfire is the funnier to me.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you guys prefer Disney animated films without the musical part, or do you want a Disney film with musicals?
Whatever works for the
Either
story,
way, yeah,
honestly.
so
I don't think Raya would work with songs, but something like Beauty and the Beast works great with songs. So yeah, it just depends.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 100 bits. Marvel Studios should have adapted some of your fanscription stories for Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm referring specifically to the Spider-Man episodes.
Well, I'll tell Walter that because those are all him. But yeah, he does a great job on those.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. What has always stuck out with me from Tarzan? It's when Tarzan Sorry, let me try this again. What has always stuck with me from Tarzan? It's when Tarzan mimics the line, "Gorillas." I know it's small, but to this day, it still cracks me up.
See, I like the no, he cracks. It goes, no, back to it. That makes me laugh pretty hard.
Anu, thank you for the 50 bits. Last bits from this guy. What would you rather have, a cold brew or a brew that is cold? A brew that's cold. I just finished my left-hand Galactic Cowboy, so...
Yeah, brew that's cold.
I guess that too.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your guys' thoughts on all the new scene photos that Vanity Fair released today for Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power? The posters were cool, but these actual scene images finally give a glimpse to what the most expensive series of all time is going to look like. Also, are you excited for this? I am so pumped, and seeing some of those photos.
I didn't know Vanity Fair released them. I gotta.
Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch. Rob, you're gonna lose it.
Cool.
So some of the cool pictures of Galadriel. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Is this like Silmarillion then? Is that what they're doing?
Well, sort of. I think it's like Second Age, maybe.
Yeah,
or,
it's a little bit earlier.
Early Third Age.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look up what the timeline is. But
well, that's cool because I don't know that story that well, but I know so many people love it.
The photos look great.
The photos look awesome. I'm so excited for this series. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Rob, after the live-action Mulan, do you think Disney has heard the criticisms about making the female lead too perfect?
We'll have to see.
Who knows with Disney?
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
Movie Gamer Fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, I watched Tarzan, but I agree with you about the Phil Collins, although mine's different because I watched Tarzan as a kid, but I forgot Phil Collins' music. I remember the story, but the Phil Collins music to me is forgettable.
Man, that's funny because everybody's like, I love the Phil Collins song. They're like a part of my life and the best soundtrack ever, and I can't separate them from the movie. So
I like 80s Phil Collins, but late 90s Phil Collins just wasn't doing it for me, even back then.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, sorry I'm late. Thanks for putting Phil Collins back on my playlist, Doug. Saw him live. He's a great talent. His son is spot on. Him and Genesis are my favorite artists outside of the Eagles.
Yeah, no, there you go.
No, Genesis is awesome. Yeah,
I actually don't mind Phil Collins at all.
Yeah, it's not. He is a great talent. It's just I like his earlier music better. That's really what it is.
Flutter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, just this past Monday, I finally saw Encanto for the first time. It was awesome, easily among my favorite Disney newer movies. Still have the songs randomly playing through my head days later. Also thought that Bruno's voice sounded familiar, and when I saw the credits that he was voiced by John Leguizamo, it all made sense. Not to mention it managed to pull the story off without resorting to a villain.
Yeah, it's a good movie, and honestly, it just kind of gets better with time. The more you let it sit, it's like, yeah, that was a really solid flick.
There is a villain. The villain is familial trauma. Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. With the new Jurassic trailer, do you think we should get more big-budget dinosaur movies from other studios? For some reason, I want to see Ridley Scott adapt Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World or a live-action Land Before Time remake with zero dialogue. Call me crazy, I know.
That I like. The Ridley Scott one. If it was old school Ridley Scott, sure, but not this kind of new school.
The no dialogue would be interesting.
I like that idea.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. I have an idea for a fanscription with a continuation of Terminator Salvation that has the Arnold from T3 survive the nukes and team up with Bale as a gold medal skeleton. Arnold just has to voice it.
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I know it, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Will you ever check out Tuca and Birdie Season 2?
Oh, that's right. what's it on, Cartoon Network or something? I might check that out. I remember liking season 1.
Along Came Sonic, thank you for the 200 bits. What are your thoughts on the TV show The Good Place? I personally loved how it touched on philosophy and its way of taking characters that I would normally think is annoying and make me love these characters to death.
Yeah, I liked it. I did figure out pretty fast.
The twist.
Yeah, like episode 1, I told my wife, and she's like,
"Oh, that's bad."
Yeah, she's already like, "Oh, that makes. Oh, you're probably right." But the characters and the ideas and everything are way too likable, and the humor is too great. So, yeah, it is a very good show.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 500 bits. Mount Rushmore of Batman villains in movies/comics.
Oh man,
Joker, Catwoman,
Two-Face.
Yeah, Two-Face, Riddler, maybe.
Yeah, just say
I do like Penguin though.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. So the most nominated film of the Razzies is the Diana musical on Netflix. And it seems they are fully embracing it. Their Twitter account fully embraces that they're seen as a campy guilty pleasure musical. That said, it's still an uncalled for cheap shot like Ben Affleck in Last Duel.
I didn't know it was on Netflix because I heard about this, but I didn't know it was a Netflix
I've
movie.
heard about this musical that I'm like, I may need to see this. It sounds so cringy.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. You know what would have been better for the Venom end credits in Spider-Man No Way Home? If Tom Hardy Venom is sitting at the bar talking to Topher Grace Venom.
Right? That's brilliant.
Flippin' brilliant. Holy shit.
I know what, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. I would love to see the creator of Has Been Hotel work on a movie version of the Beetlejuice musical. I love that.
I think right? I think she's pretty busy right now because she already has the show for A24 and doing Has Been Hotel. So I think pretty busy.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What is the Doom Patrol scene that tugged at your heartstrings the most?
Anything with Cliff.
I was going to say anything with the pilot.
And Larry, Larry, I was going to say the pilot. The pilot's backstory, is really rough, too. I think those two in particular.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Are you guys familiar with Steve-O's, Jackass, first rescue dog adoption story? If you're not aware, he took a flight to Peru, purchased dog food, and literally scoured the streets for a new friend, and lo and behold, he met Wendy, his fuzzy sweetheart for life. Really warms my heart how he went from a drunken wreck to the sweetest soul that you've ever met.
I
remember hearing that story, and I think it's completely awesome.
Yeah, there's on his podcast, he had a great interview with Frankie Muniz. Just making it clear it's like, no, he remembers Malcolm in the Middle. He didn't lose all those years. Because I was under that impression too, because everybody told me that. So yeah, no, he does a really good podcast as well.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. This might be apples and oranges, but which musical score do you like more? King of Pride Rock, when Simba becomes king, or First Flight from How to Train Your Dragon, when Hiccup's flying on Toothless?
Probably King of Pride Rock, but that's just my personal taste.
I was going to say, I think I remember that more, so probably, but both have excellent music.
I know what, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. For the Mario movie trailer, I just imagine Chris Pratt and Jack Black standing together and arguing with each other over who acted better in that movie.
I wouldn't put it past him.
The Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. Imagine in Spider-Man No Way Home, the multiple J. Jonah Jamesons met, and they all talked about the Spider Menace. Lol.
Like, just a copy of each one, like it's all the same actor. That'd be kind of funny.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. Fun story over my birthday last weekend. My aunt picked out a movie on Netflix for my young nephew watching the original Tom and Jerry movie. I heard nothing but Doug's review in my head, and my cousin just stared at the film in awe, saying, "Oh, this is awful." Hey, it's better than the one last year.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's impressively bad.
I know what, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Question, have you finished both Hawkeye and Book of Boba Fett?
Yep.
I finished Boba Fett. I haven't even finished the first episode. So, yeah, I think it's still going to be a bit.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. I have an idea for a show that Heather would love, The Real Housewives of Disney, a trashy comedy drama with the old and new Disney princesses. Can you imagine the pettiness when Mirabelle is brought on the show?
I am so surprised they haven't done that already somehow.
Right?
Oh, didn't they do that on SNL? I thought. Didn't they do that?
Did they? Oh, they might have. I might
wrong.
have seen that as a sketch.
Oh, SNL did do a sketch on that, is what your average Joe says. So, Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. How did you guys feel about the new Firestarter trailer? This time around, it looks more like Marvel Mutant origin story done by Blumhouse. Possible Stephen King month material.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I haven't seen it yet.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, I didn't even know this existed.
I liked the original.
And as if it was Destiny, I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you checked out the trailer for Firestarter? From Drew Barrymore as the child to Zac Efron as the dad.
See above.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. How far down the line can we expect the fanscription for Batman and Robin? Also, is Mr. Freeze going to be based off of Arnold or Patrick Stewart, and who's voicing him?
The goal, I think, is end of May, and it will be Patrick Stewart. I'm probably going to be the one voicing him. So yeah, it got kind of dumped in my lap, the whole writing process for it. So I'm in the middle of writing it now, and Walter gave me a whole bunch of notes of what he wanted, and it's huge. So we'll see how it turns out. It'll be massive.
Flutter Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Last bits of the night. Glad I was able to make it for tonight's Q&A, though I'm not sure I'll be able to make many more of them in the foreseeable future under current circumstances. It was great getting to hang out with you guys, and I was glad I finally got that No Way Home spoiler off my chest. Stay awesome, y'all.
Yeah, well, hope to see you again.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. My brother and I rewatched The Review Must Go On last night. Honestly, still chilling and funny after all these years.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, God, it's been a while since I made that.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Kristen Skull character do you like more, Louise from Bob's Burgers or Mabel from Gravity Falls?
Don't make me choose.
Yeah, that's
choosing between your children. Those two are both. Oh man.
I guess I'll say Louise. Only because I like the connection she has with her. I like the connection she has with her father too. That's pretty sweet. I know you can say Maple and Dipper are really nice and stuff, but it's like
I'll
it's not
probably
that connection
go Louise
I really
too.
like.
I have always said Louise is my spirit animal.
But it's very close.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, how do you feel about the new Kirby games? And the weird new inflation mode Kirby has? DeviantArt is gonna have a field day with this. Oh dear. I mean, Twitter has already had a field day with it. Basically, it's like, instead of Kirby swallowing it and he just like encapsulates it, it does not look good. In terms of like, it's definitely gonna be abused and misused, and
here's a new fetish for you.
Yeah, it's a little weird. And there's a new Kirby co-op game that I'm just a little sad is not over online. I don't understand why Nintendo just doesn't let people play things together online, because I was like, weird. Tamra, like we can play this. No, we can't. We have to be in the same room. Never mind. Yeah, a little sad about that. I know it, guys. Thank you so much for that 22-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Will you do a Nutcracker double feature this year, like reviewing both the Tom and Jerry and Barbie Nutcrackers?
Oh, that's right. It's the Tom and Jerry one too. I don't know. Maybe. Didn't pop in my head, but we are weirdly running out of some Christmas movies, so might be one to do.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. Excuse me, if you talk about older live-action Disney movies, and TV for Disney-cember, I'll be looking forward to seeing you cover the 50s Zorro series. Been binging the show. Guy Williams is so charming.
Is that the one with the out of the night?
Oh, yeah. Horseman known as Zorro.
I don't even know where I could watch it. I don't think it's on Disney Plus or anything.
It's gotta be.
I don't think so. Well, again, think about
it should be.
I'm trying to think about like who played who, and with that Fly Today, that kind of stuff. I don't know, or maybe they don't care. Maybe they just put a little disclaimer or whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I don't remember it being that problematic.
You know, but
That's
back then,
forever.
I just assume it is because it's Disney in the 50s. So you're right, I could be wrong. Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was a little kid, so I don't have, aside from the song, I don't have many strong memories of it. So we'll see what happens.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Heather, some news from last week that raised my spirits. WarioWare Get It Together sold 1.24 million units. The Big W is my favorite Nintendo character and possibly favorite video game character, period, and he needs as much exposure and attention as possible. Last Wario Land was 14 years ago, for Pete's sake. I did not know that. I need to play that game because I was obsessed with my WarioWare for the DS. I really need to buy that game because I love WarioWare games. But that's great. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. I think Mirabelle and Aladdin make a better couple. What Disney couples would you switch around?
Trying to think of like a crazy like power couple. I'm trying to think. I had to go through like Disney movies and stuff.
The what's her face from The Princess and the Frog and
Tiana?
Yeah, Tiana and Remy the Rat, because you know they both, she runs the restaurant and he does the cooking side, and
she's
you know,
already okay
that's
with
a power
animals. I mean,
Yeah.
I have so many
she's great, and
questions.
she knows what it's like to be an animal, so it'd be the perfect power couple.
I'm trying to think like in Kingdom Hearts, like what two characters would be really cool together. I'm just like maybe like Raya and like the Beast, because I can see him just like going into a castle of like Heartless and just fucking them up, you know, kind of thing. So I guess I'll say that.
Ironically, I can see like Anna from Frozen with Flynn Rider, like Flynn trying to pull a fast one on her, and then all of a sudden being like, "Oh no, wait, she's wonderful. I love her."
We need to get.
Oh, you sound like you're ready to write that fan fiction.
I don't know what you're talking about, Doug.
We need to get the Aristocats and the Siamese cats from Lady and the Tramp together. Just get all the racist cats together in one room.
Oh no. Nitropolis, thank you for the 50 bits. Speaking of Oni plays, I wanted to ask if you've seen the Nostalgia Critic Creepypasta clip or the AI Dungeon Kikassia animation. They're both really funny.
I think I've seen clips of like the
creepypasta one, which is amazing.
And that's like where the eyes are glowing, right? I think like I haven't like watched the video, but every once in a while like the thumbnail will pop up. It will give me a pretty good laugh. And no, I haven't seen the other one.
I really like, sorry, going back to the previous question, Frollo and Lady Tremaine, someone put in chat, and I kind of love that.
They're practically the same person. I mean,
Frollo looks like Lady Tremaine.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I think they're the same person. We never see them in the same room. Just
yeah,
saying.
so who is, yeah, interesting.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Not going to lie, Doug, Randy Newman doing the music for Prince of Egypt sounds like everyone's cup of tea.
All I ever wanted, all Randy ever wanted. Hey, deliver us.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, since you love the Telltale Walking Dead games so much, could you check out Sam and Max episodic games? They are hilarious and much darker than the 90s cartoon. Honestly, review more Sam and Max stuff, please. It's a hilarious and often overlooked franchise.
I love the original game.
I
the
remember the
comics
original
are pretty
game.
funny too. Sam and Max hit the road.
Oh yeah, I do remember the comic. That's right. Yeah, I should probably check it out again because I think I started to watch like a little bit of a playthrough of one of the newer ones, the Telltale ones, and I remember it being pretty funny.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. I just looked at the new Kirby trailer. What the flying what? Mouthful mode? What the actual hell is this insanity? Yes.
I'm looking this up. I am so curious.
It is mouthful mode. Kirby mouthful mode.
How many DeviantArt folders do you think are dedicated to this?
It's gonna be a lot. It's about to be a lot.
Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, they've already started! There's already when the first thing that pops up is like this anime girl, like, oh, Kirby's going on the like that's like the 5th thing that pops up.
You're sick, internet. I respect that.
Never change.
And then there's another one. It's just a pink toilet with Kirby eyes.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. Well, it's already started, I guess.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. Did a deep dive on the entire list of movies and specials that aired on ABC's Disney Sunday Movie Night from the 80s, 90s. Highlights I recommend from Disney-cember are Whoopi's A Night in Camelot, Not Quite Human, Fluffy Dogs, and one of Keira Knightley's first movies, Princess of Thieves.
I remember Not Quite Human,
Not Quite Human is the only one of those I think I remember.
Yeah, that kid was really good. Oh, good.
Vaguely remember Princess of Thieves, now that you say that.
I'm pretty sure the Ruby Bridges movie was on there, too. I said it's a Disney Channel movie. I just lump them all together. And like I say, anyone hasn't seen it, it's spectacular. Like, it really is freaking phenomenal.
And that's it. We've caught up on bit messages, y'all.
All right.
We've done it. We have a couple of time for a couple of highlighted really fast here. Lord R. Wolfen says, in the next commercial special, would you talk about the honeycomb honeycomb cereal mascots, the Crazy Cravings? You know those funny testicle-looking guys who look like they're on speed?
Me want honeycomb.
Yeah, I can't remember. Honeycomb, me want. Hey, he was so annoying. Maybe.
Yeah, Kim.
Lord R. Wolfen also says, if you end up doing Star Wars Night of the Old Republic, I hope you have fun, since there are some scenes that are jaw-dropping.
All right, I think that's one of the ones we were talking about. Yeah, so we'll probably do that.
Monster King says, the internet will always be the internet. I'll let you choose whether or not that's a good or bad thing.
Why not both?
Why not both?
Like say humanity will always be humanity. It's just, it is what it is.
Game Fan says, hello, Doug and Rob. Are you excited to see Mario Strikers return? Also, I just watched season 1 and the movie of Demon Slayer. I am moved.
Demon Slayer's good.
I hear it's great. I haven't seen it. Yeah, I didn't even know this Mario game existed. So yeah, I think Heather's more excited.
I'm so excited for more Mario Strikers! LePew, thank you for the 50 bits. Could Chaplin take over the critic?
I mean, he's already got the outfit. You know, he's got a suit on already. So probably.
Hyper Fanboy says, do you plan on doing an NC on the Eternals?
I was thinking about, I want to do something.
Oh, like, I just saw it. That was bad.
Like, I don't know, because I feel like I'm the only one that like really laughs at it. I'd love to just go scene by scene and be like, this is why I find it funny, you know, kind of thing. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do a video on it. I don't know if it'll be an NC, but I'll probably do something.
And this is going to probably be our last one here. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Mario Strikers is the only Mario IP with any edge and grittiness. I think you'd love it, Doug.
They killed Daisy in this one. All right, maybe I'll try to check it out.
It's super fun. And Godzilla fan, I know I said that was the last one, but fine. Thank you for the 50 bits. Crazy Cravings and Kelby Dog, creepy and insane for the commercial special.
Oh, the commercials. I think nice. I saw once before. Yeah, it was pretty creepy.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us here today. Again, we always super appreciate you being here. We would not be able to do this show without you all.
That's my line.
You're right. I'm sorry. As I always like to say, we do have content here 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. The schedule is already in chat, so please come on back and hang out with us. We always appreciate seeing you guys in chat. But yeah, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow or Saturday or Monday. You know, at your choice. Just come back. Just hang out.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.